It may be hard to imagine when looking at these pictures, but just a few years ago, this marine ecosystem was about to die. Commercial fishing had decimated this 20,000-year-old coral reef off of Mexico's Cabo Pulma. That was until the local fishermen made an unusual decision.
One
day we realized it was getting harder and harder to find fish and that the reef was deteriorating. We decided to put away our fishing gear and dedicate ourselves to ecotourism and conserving the reef.
Castro and his brothers now welcome a small but steady flow of tourists to their village. For 15 years, Cabo Pulma has also been one of Mexico's only protected marine reserves. This desert region of Baja California is home to just a few thousand people scattered among small towns. But a Spanish real estate developer named Hansa Urbana could be changing that. The company has fenced off 4,000 hectares for a luxury development it calls Cabo Cortés, to come within just 4 kilometers of the Cabo Pulma Park. If Hansa's plans come to fruition, this empty landscape will turn into a small city with accommodations for as many as 30,000 people, golf courses, and a marina for luxury yachts. The developer denied our repeated requests for an interview. At the site's entrance, the security guard told us people from his village, La Ribera, support the project because it will create jobs. Hansa says it has increased its budget by 40% to make Cabo Cortés environmentally sustainable. Conservationists worry that desalination plants, dredging, and other pressures will destroy the coral reef, regardless of Hansa's assurances.
The sedimentation will affect the coral, which will have a cascade effect on the rest of the ecosystem, like the fish and the invertebrates.
Aburto and his colleagues are planning to study the area's currents to gauge Cabo Cortés' runoff effects.
We know, simply from living here through the years and seeing the day-to-day changes to the coast, that Cabo Cortés will have a very large impact. They talk about creating jobs, but the flip side is that they will take away our livelihoods because the reef will disappear.
It would be a bitter reversal for Cabo Pulma. Scientists and the government say the village's conservation work of the last 15 years has almost entirely restored this ancient coral reef. Mauro, Al Jazeera, Cabo Pulma, Mexico.